Hi everyone, and welcome to another Groovy Golf video. We're out here at Wallacia Golf Club in Western Sydney today, and there's been some damage to the course due to some flooding, so there are some temporary greens and tees. In this video you're going to see some great shots, some terrible shots. There's the first terrible shot. Just topping it on the first tee with the iron, trying to get some nice positional play, just hitting it terrible. The next shot, ball was a bit above my feet. Wasn't really sure of the distance because of the temporary green, and I just sprayed it out to the right into the heavy rough. My first chip of the day, and I didn't know how it was going to react with the green. No! So I never really committed, just hit a fat shot there. Left with a very bare lie. I really should have got a less lofted club for this shot, but I've just tried to punch and run it up to the green. But as it's elevated, it just doesn't quite make it up the hill. I've taken the putter from here, and thinking this temporary green was going to be really slow, I gave it a bit too much and it whizzed past the hole. And then once again coming back, I've hit the ball too hard and just lip out. Just a tap in now, and pretty disappointed to walk away from the first with a triple bogey. The second is a slight dogleg left. I've taken it over the left-hand trees, but if I had my time again, I probably would have aimed a bit more up the right-hand side to open up the green. I thought I hit a really good drive, but when I get up there, I'm in this left rough. Ball above my feet here, I just hit this really well, and as I'll find out, the greens today are really hard, and it's very difficult to get the ball to stop on it, so I've actually hit this one pin high. But as I get up there, I realise it's roll over the back of the green. I hope my 7-iron here and do a little punch and run, but as you'll see, it just trickles on the green. I thought it's great, but it just keeps going and going and going. Realising the speed of the greens now, I get a good distance on this putt, and unfortunately I just didn't read it right. And it just trickles out to the left. I left myself with a little clean up for bogey. As you'll see in this video, Wallacia is known for its elevation changes, and this par 4 is no exception. The only flat things on this hole are the tee and the green. Now I've leaked my tee shot out to the right, and you can see here the ball is well above my feet. I'm expecting to get a lot of draw out of this shot, but it just stays out to the right. Got a little unbalanced through my follow through. With the speed of the greens, I'm just trying to land this short and trickle it on, but through this thick rough I don't hit it hard enough and it just lands short of the green. The fringe is in pretty good condition, so I've got no problem putting off it. And I hit this one pretty well, but it didn't turn as much as I thought it would. And once again, I'm left with one of these little short ones for bogey. On to the first par 3 of the day, and it's a really long green with some bunkers on the left. I get my 8-iron, and I had a really good strike, but it just draws out to the left, and I end up in a bunker. Now, a terrible lie in this bunker, there's not much sand in it. You can see where I'm standing is actually on rock, so I wasn't sure exactly what was underneath the sand. I get it out, but it doesn't quite roll onto the green. Another lengthy putt with these speedy greens, and being it downhill, I wasn't sure exactly how hard to hit it. It goes really, really close, but just drifts past and keeps running. I didn't give this putt back much respect, and I just pushed it. So unfortunate to come away from the first par 3 with the double bogey. I take hybrid off the next, and just hit it terribly. Hit it so thin it was almost an air swing. But I get myself up there and I got a shot at the green. 6-iron next in a bad lie. And I don't get it too bad, but I just don't get the distance that I wanted to, and I end up just short of the green. Taking a putt here, and I really thought this one was going to go left once it got to that ridge. And I hit a really good putt, but just as it gets to the top of the ridge, it goes right. Coming back up the hill now, and I just don't know how this one didn't drop. It actually went around the back of the hole and stopped there. So a little tap in there for bogey again. Another par 3, right uphill, and you'll see when you get up there, this is a very big 2-tier green. I hit this one really well, but unfortunately because of the greens again, it just didn't stop. It landed probably pin high, but then rolled out. I'm trying a little bump and run here. You can see the tier there that I've got to get up, and I just don't get good contact on that one. Doesn't quite make the top of the ridge, and then rolls back down. Had a really good putt here, having to go up the hill. You can see how much it bends, and it just ends up close to the hole. A little tap in for bogey again. Onto a drivable par 4 here from elevated tee. All we have to do here is hit it straight, but I put it out to the left. I end up pin high, and I'm just punching a 7-iron here. I hit it exactly where I wanted to, but as soon as it lands on the green, it runs through because of the pace. And you can see how far down the hill this thing ends up rolling. I'm able to pitch it up onto the green, but I'm left with a really slick downhill putt to the hole. Pretty happy with the distance, but once again you can just see I didn't read it right. It turned a lot more than I thought. And another little clean up for a bogey. Onto a par 4, but this had a temporary green, so it wasn't very far. I've hit 4-iron and not quite got the line right. It ended up pin high, but just to the left. Now I missed the next shot, but what I did is I thinned it over the green into the rough. But then I've pitched back onto this temporary green and actually got good distance on that one. Best little putt, and I'm able to clean up for a par. I know it's only a short par 4 on a temporary green, but I'm going to take it. I hit my best drive of the day so far on this par 4. Just goes up the left hand side, but I've got a clear shot to the green. It's a very small green, a little bit elevated, but I'm trying to land it just short to roll it on because I know the pace of the greens. But it lands short, it just stops dead. Now this putt looks really uphill, but it's actually the green that's flat and the land around it that's falling away. I get good distance on this, but as you can see, it just keeps rolling. I didn't quite read it right. I'm able to clean up here for another par. This par 5 has a temporary tee, so it's a lot shorter than it normally would be. I take 3 wood and hit a great shot over the trees. I've only got a pitching wedge in, but a lot of these greens are very small, so you've got to be very accurate to get on there. I hit this one pretty well, but it turns out to be just a bit short. Now with the quality of my chipping, I was very nervous over this shot, but I ended up hitting it really well. I thought it was going to go a little bit more to the left, but I'm pretty happy to have this distance putt in for birdie, even if it is a shortened par 5. Another short par 4 here, and I hit another great drive. If it was a little bit more to the right, it would have gone in between the 2 bunkers and probably rolled up onto the green. But I'm left with this shot, and I wasn't quite sure how the bunkers were going to react after the last one I went into. But I ended up leaving this one a little bit short. Now the pace of the greens just got me here again. I think I had the right read, but I just hit it too hard. And you can see it roll all the way past. And then once again, I'll do the exact same thing. I had the right read, but just hit the ball too hard. So after almost driving the green, I got a little short putt in here for another bogey. Straight away par 4 again, and I don't hit this one too bad, but it does go up the right hand side. And I left myself with a pretty easy shot in, but just wait and see what happens. Get this one fat. Get this one right under the ball. Just stab at it, get the club caught up into the grass. So then I do a little punch and run here, and I thought this is going to be really good. But once again, just trickles onto the green, it just keeps rolling, ends up on the fringe at the other end of the green. Putting back down the hill, once again, great weight, but just a wrong read. And I got this little tap in for a triple. Now golf's a funny game. Here it is, big par 5, wide open spaces. I try and hit it as hard as I can, and it sprays out to the right. I'm lucky that I find my ball in the rough, and I'm just trying to punch it through the trees. It clips the tree, goes into the bunker, rolls out of the bunker onto the fairway. And then this.
Hey! You got it in. Put it in. Yeah.
Not a bad eagle. Now I said golf's a funny game, so you can follow up an eagle with a hole like this. Not a bad tee shot, just off right of the green. Let's see how it plays out.
Go! Go! Woohoo!
Chipping is not my strong point. And being frustrated after that, I just hit a bad putt here. And I got a tap in for a triple bogey. Another drivable par 4, and I take 3-wood off the tee. But once again, I've just sprayed it left a bit. I do have a straight shot to the green, but I've just got to punch it under the trees. And once again, with the speed of the greens, this one rolls on and it rolls straight off, keeps going. Not a bad chip here, but there was some damage to the green. So where it landed and should have released, you can see there it landed and stopped. I've hit another good putt here, but just didn't get the read right and I'm in for bogey. I've hit a good drive here on the par 5, but not knowing the course that well, I really should have gone up the right hand side. Then I wouldn't have this big tree in my way and I might have had a shot for the green. I'm able to get this shot over the tree and leaving myself with a clear shot to the green. Bit of a downhill lie here. Once again, I've just put this one a little bit out to the left. I've got a sprinkler head in my way here, so I've gone the 8-iron for a little bumper run. Just hit it too hard again, it just keeps rolling through. A little bit more damage to the greens here, so I haven't hit this one as hard as I should have. And then just a bad putt here, just pushed it straight off the face. Just tap in for double. Now I missed recording my tee shot on this par 3 and I probably hit my best iron of the day. And I was very tentative on this putt because I wasn't sure how fast it was going to be. But I've left myself enough that I can putt in for par. Come down the 18th and I hit my best tee shot of the day. Absolutely dead straight, back up to the clubhouse. Now another small green here. And I just got a small pitch, but I just hit it fat. But like I said, golf's a funny game, and this can happen. Not a bad way to finish a round. So that was Wallacia. As I said at the start, there were some very good shots there, but there were also some very bad shots. Front nine wasn't too good, no greens in regulation, a couple of fairways, but a couple of them were actual miss-hits. Not many putts. But there were a few putts from off the green which don't count to that. Back nine was better. An eagle and 2 birdies, but also 3 triple bogeys. So really got to fix up my work around the green. All in all, not too unhappy about the score. You know, the greens were pretty tough and it's a course I don't play too often. So if you're still around at this point in the video, thanks so much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe and I'll get some more content out there. See you next time.